This is La Machina. No response from Mars Collective Corp. Continuing with the scheduled programming and sleeve integration. This is Transmission 17, Slip and Slide, Hawaii Edition. Have you heard of the 27 Club? The fact that a lot of famous musicians and celebrities died at the age of 27? Janis Joplin, Amy Winehouse, Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison, Brian Jones, dead at 27. Is this a phenomenon? Or is it just that this is around the time that our brains finally fully develop? Rock and roll isn't exactly known for its health benefits, and youth isn't associated with quality decision making. Before I turned 27, I had that age as a goal. I would do what I wanted and follow my heart, and at 27 I could get more serious. Because who knows? You could perish at any moment. I nearly missed the goal, though. And on the eve of my 26th birthday, no less. I was living on Oahu at the time. Hawaii is an amazing place. A string of gorgeous islands, phenomenally friendly people, and all branches of the U.S. military. The islands were stolen from the Kingdom of Hawaii, let's be clear. And now Honolulu is a hub for tourism. There's a lot of hiking in Hawaii, but the real trails are only known by the locals. Gatekeep when those who wish to enter are only there to colonize and extract. Discernment, a skill that has been diluted. The trails in Hawaii are well-kept secrets, mainly because they aren't marked or maintained by the government. Hawaii is beautiful and dangerous. If you've ever visited, you can feel how vibrant and intense Mother Nature can be. Hawaii is the Earth's belly button. Turns out it's an outie. There are a number of reasons why the trails are kept more hidden. It happens quite regularly that tourists get stuck up on a mountain and have to be rescued by helicopter. Tourism sells nature like some kind of Disney ride, but nature doesn't come with guardrails. Nevertheless, countless of tourists find themselves in dangerous situations, and it costs the Hawaiian government a bit of money to go and rescue them. Of course, when I lived there, I was young and stupid and thought I was different. I had been living in Hawaii for months, and I was an avid hiker and martial artist. I was definitely overconfident in my physical abilities. Anyway, the night before my birthday, I had plans in the evening to meet up with my girlfriends for dinner and drinks, and a friend of a friend, let's call them BB, invited me out to go on a hike beforehand. We planned to go to the Kau crater to see the sunset from the ridge. It's an absolutely breathtaking hike. The entrances are hidden up in the neighborhoods, and the path starts in the tropical rainforest at the base of the crater. As you hike alongside the river, it slowly grows in intensity until you come across a series of waterfalls. And there's a rope hanging, and you literally have to grab the rope and climb up the side of the waterfall. You get to the top, and there's another waterfall and another rope and another and another. I think there's a series of maybe 5 waterfalls. I was glad I had worn my toe shoes since I wasn't expecting to suddenly need to climb a slippery rock face.
I'll see you there. Like at 6? Yeah, around that. Yeah, Magic Island. Dope.
We got to the top of the ridge, and due to the altitude, the climate was completely different. It was a warm, sunny day, but we could see some storm clouds over on the other side of the crater. I didn't think much of it because I'm smart and safe with my life. We continued to walk along the rim of the crater until we came to a good place to sit and watch the sunset. There's nothing quite like the views from up high in Hawaii. You can see the ocean all around, and it's so breathtaking. In front of us was the sunset, but behind us, we could feel the wind and see the dark gray clouds blowing towards us. It was clearly about to rain. Just as the sun was setting, I realized we needed to get off this crater and out of the oncoming rain. I checked my phone, but of course I had no service. I asked BB if they had service. No. I asked if they knew which way was the quickest to get down. Because since the sun had set, I'd gotten a bit turned around and it was getting harder and harder to find the path. BB said they didn't know exactly, but maybe this way, and started off into the dark. The rain started falling and we were still up on the ridge. I started to freak out and asked again if BB was sure they knew the way. They kept checking their phone, but both of us were out of service. And at this point, the rain was pouring down on us and making everything mud. I'd had enough, and I for sure wasn't going to spend the night up there. I decided I knew the way out, and it was down the side of the cliff. The entire crater and all of the paths were soaked in so much rain that they effectively became mudslides.
Oh.
I began hot-footing it down the paths and started slipping and sliding as I went. I didn't really care. I needed off this ride, and the thunder and lightning were not helping my anxiety. We could barely see, making our way by the moonlight, trying to see through the rain. Honestly, it was a lot of fun when I would briefly forget how horrifically in danger my life was. It was like a water slide, but in real life. And I had to grab on to branches for the turns so I wouldn't go flying off the ridge into the darkness. It sounds like a video game, but my body was getting torn up.
Woo!
Hey. I was getting scratched all over, but there was no time to slow down, as the rain just kept picking up. I had no idea if my friends were trying to reach me, and who knows if my phone was even surviving the ride down. Eventually, we stumbled out of the rainforest. I had twigs stuck in my hand and bruises and scrapes all over my body. But I was alive, and I was off the crater. I demanded that BB immediately take me out for a sushi dinner after nearly killing me, and so we rode through the rain to the nearest sushi restaurant. We must have looked demonic as we walked in, soaking wet, scratched, and bleeding. I asked where the bathroom was and went to clean up. I ordered a massive amount of sushi and drowned the residual adrenaline in my system like I drowned the wasabi with soy sauce. I learned a most valuable lesson that day. I was the best keeper of myself. And you can't trust just anyone because the consequences are real. That and proper footwear make a huge difference. This footage is what used to be my bike route to get to the University of Hawaii at Manoa, and a little bonus skate through the Chinese cemetery on the way back.